is Dr. Chevy Weiss, and I've been a Shadchanit for over 20 years. Making shidduchim 20 years ago was very different. Times are changing. I'm generally not a big fan of change, like all this technology. Cell phones, it makes me feel like I'm on a leash. And driverless cars, frankly, they scare me. But times are changing, and not only do we have to go along with it, but sometimes we have to help make change happen. Speaking of change, do you remember the old rotary phones? This one doesn't work, but I keep it in my living room to remind me of the old days, when things were much more simple. In terms of shidduchim, there were no shidduch profiles being emailed around. There were no shidduch photos being exchanged. You had a good idea, you just picked up the phone, you called someone, and you told them all about it. It was that simple. And people had more time in their lives. Their lives were not as hectic or complicated. Friends, neighbors, teachers in the school, people could think about shidduchim for other people much more than they can today. Today, if you're not focusing on your own relatives who need a shidduch, your own sons and daughters, often nobody else is going to. So what can we do with all this change happening in this new era of shidduchim? I'm here today as both a Shadchanit and as a parent, a mother of 5 daughters, to tell you why I think Partners in Shidduchim is such a valuable tool, such a valuable site for everybody to use. Let me tell you how I use the site as a Shadchanit. We'll take a girl, let's call her Mary. Mary's a great girl, and I go through my own files, my own database, and I can't find the most amazing boy for Mary. I can go onto Partners in Shidduchim, and I could look for somebody for her. There is a great search option. I could search by age. I could search by geography. I could search by hashkafa. I can even use characteristic traits. Outgoing, quiet, things like that, and I could search for Mary. And along comes a few options on the screen, and I start with the first one, Chaim. I look at his profile, and I say, Chaim sounds like a great boy. Not right for my Mary, but he's great for Mary's friend Rivki. With the click of a button, I can forward his profile to Rivki's mother. Even if Rivki is not on Partners in Shidduchim, I can add a personal note, and she can get the profile. And we can start a shidduch for somebody else. But let's say I look at Chaim's profile, and I think it is a good match for Mary. I then can contact his representative on the site. It could be his mother, it could be a professional shadchan, whoever he's designated. And I could forward Mary's profile, and I could say, look at Mary's profile. I think it could be great for Chaim. What do you think? And that's how shidduchim are made. It's that simple. And I'm not the only shadchan who's using this site. There's today at least 50 shadchanim who are involved with Partners in Shidduchim. So when you put up your son, your daughter, your sister, your brother, whoever's profile it is, so many shadchanim could have access that until now haven't seen that profile. It's just a really, really great tool for parents and shadchanim. Let me tell you about how I use it as a parent. Can I know how I have 5 amazing daughters? My oldest daughter is 19, and she's in the shidduch parsha. So I can upload her profile on Partners in Shidduchim. And now let me just tell you one very important thing before you upload a profile. You need to have 2 or 3 sentences that describe what your son or daughter is about, and 2 or 3 sentences describing what your son or daughter is looking for in terms of personality and hashkafa. And let me tell you why this is so important. It's great to have a shidduch profile. We have a list of siblings and schools that they went to, but the shidduch profile is like a storefront window. You're walking down the street and there's a store, and you look in the window and you love a dress, or there's a tie you think your husband's going to love. It makes you want to go inside and see what else they have to offer. Maybe to look at that dress, maybe to look around and see what else there is. But you want to step inside and get to know the store a little bit more. That's what a shidduch profile is about. You want someone to want to pick up a phone and call a reference and find out more about your son or your daughter. You want them to essentially step inside and get to know more. So you need to have that great description. Once you have that, you can upload it to Partners in Shidduchim. This is your hishtadlus. Now I'm sure you're doing a lot of hishtadlus today. Hopefully you have copies of a shidduch profile printed out and you take it with you. When you go to a wedding, you're online at the supermarket, you're sitting in a doctor's office, it's all opportunities in which you can tell someone about your great son or your great daughter. You never know who's going to have a good idea. Speaking of opportunities, do you mind if I take a few minutes to tell you about my amazing 19-year-old daughter? Just kidding. We'll talk about that privately. But in all seriousness, we need to be doing our hishtadlus. So we need to take time, each of us, not just as Shadchanit, but as parents, every week, set aside 30 minutes, kavua, to go on partners in shidduchim and to look for a shidduch for your son or your daughter. Im lo achshav, im asai.